Hello, I am Denise and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing some glute activations. Yes! Now, why is glute activation important? Firstly, let me remove this gum from my mouth. Done. So I'm sitting here chewing. Glute activation is really important because whenever you go to do an exercise, for example, glutes, your other muscles can overtake and dominate, and especially if you have weak glutes, your hamstrings or your quads could take over and be doing most of the work, and that's not what you want. You want to warm up them glutes. You want to let them know that you're going to be working them, warm them up, so that whenever you go in to do your exercises, your working sets, your glutes are fired up, ready to go, and they are ready to take charge of the workouts that you give them. Now, I know you might ask, well, if you're training glutes, I understand, you might not understand, that your hamstrings can come into play because it is the back of the leg. But how does the quadricep, how does the front of the leg take over if we're working the back of the leg? And I'm gonna tell you, if you care. If not, I'll put it on the screen where you can fast forward it to, but it's only gonna take a couple of seconds. So whenever you're doing an exercise, I'm gonna say lunges, I'm gonna say step ups, I'm even gonna say squats, okay? And there's many more. Your quads can overtake. It's all about muscle-mind connection. And if you haven't heard of muscle-mind connection, let me tell you, it's a real thing. You could be sitting doing step-ups for days, and you could be working your quad, which is the front of your leg, okay? You could be doing lunges, and you could be working your hamstring, which in turn is gonna work your glute, but we're not talking about that right now. You could do lunges for days and it will work the front of your leg, your quads. And that's not what you want, okay? So you want to think whenever you go into any exercise, no matter what body part you're working, you want to think of that muscle. You want to think that that is the muscle that is carrying the goddamn exercise, because that's what you want. You don't want to train glutes and end up training your quads, or you would have just trained the quads. Yeah? So, whenever you're going to do glutes, make sure you do a wee warm up. Focus on squeezing your bum, pushing off them heels with any exercise, and think about squeezing them ass cheeks. Okay? And if you do that, you will feel it in your glutes. So, before any glute workout, I always do a wee glute warm up, and that is because I want my glutes to take charge. I want them to grow, not bow to all the other muscles. I like that one. Blabbering on here. So that's why we do glute activation workouts, so that our muscles don't overtake our glutes. So let's go. These are 6 glute exercises that I do as my glute activation warm up. All you're going to need is a band. You can do them without a band, but I suggest getting a band. I have spoke about this before. Give me a second and I'll grab me my bands. I got my bands. So these are just the wee small bands that I use. These are just Fitbug. They come in this wee packaging, and you get, I think you get 5 or 6 in it. I can only find 4 right now, but they come in a range from light to medium to heavy to extra light to extra heavy. Okay, and you get them all in this cute wee packet, and they're like £5 on eBay, so it's a bargain. If you want to go your glutes, I suggest getting yourself some bands. Bands are really good for lots of exercises, not just glutes. So you will get your money's worth out of it. These bands I got in a pack. These are from FFEXS to be precise. These taper bands are more expensive, okay? A pack of 3 costs about £30, and that's only these ones. The heavier you go up in band, the more expensive they are. But these bands are still good for loads of different exercises, but for the likes of lower body, the other bands are better. Now, some of the exercises I use both, but again, you can do all of these glute activation exercises with no bands. I just like the extra resistance and do think that it wakes up my glutes. So if you're going to get a packet, I do suggest just getting the Fitbug, because they're just a wee cheap packet and they do their thing. So These exercises, I don't want you to freak out. There's 6 of them. You don't have to do all 6. You could do 1 round of all 6. You know, you could do 10 of each. That could be your warm-up, but you just want to make sure that your glutes are working. They know that they're ready to pump and they're ready for a workout. You could do this as a workout as well, a glute activation workout, or you could just do a few of these exercises and a few reps before you actually go in to do a glute workout, and you will feel your glute workout 10 times more, I promise. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. 6 exercises that you can do as a glute activation warm-up as many times as you like, or you could put it all together or pick and choose and do a wee workout out of them. But if you are going to do them as a glute activation workout, I would suggest just picking 3 or 4. You don't have to do them all, and doing 1 or 2 sets of each just to work up them glutes. So before we get stuck in, if you like this video, please give it a like, because it really helps support my channel and it lets me know that you like. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because I really do appreciate every single one of you. And I have 42 and I'm on top of the world. But you know, the more people that I can reach with my workouts, the even better. So if you like, subscribe, share, it really will mean a lot to me. And if you give this workout a go, like I said in my last few videos, if you record a wee snippet of it and tag me on my Instagram so we can connect, because it's all about connecting and I love me connection. So enjoy your booty being on fire, and let's go. Up first, one of my favourite exercises of all time, and especially for glute activation, is a glute bridge with a band. All you have to do is lie on the ground with your back flat and your feet nice and flat on the ground. You want to have your hands lying beside you, bend your knees and have your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to push through those heels, push your hips up nice and high towards the ceiling. You're going to pause at the top and squeeze those glutes. You're then going to push your knees outwards against the band in a nice controlled motion. You're then going to bring those knees in, lower yourself back down and repeat. And you're going to get a nice burn at the top of that squeeze. Another one of my absolute favourite glute exercises and glute activation exercises is side abductions. So, because I don't have a machine in my gym, I have to improvise. So grab that band, you're going to sit with your back straight and your feet on the floor just like I am. You're going to put that resistance band around both legs above your knees, and you're going to place your hands beside your hips. You're going to have both of the soles of your feet facing in, and in one motion you're going to push your knees away from one another against the band. Should look like you're doing a butterfly with your knees. You want to get that squeeze as you push that band away. Bring your knees back in and repeat. Another great glute activation warm-up is side steps. So you're going to place that band above your ankles. Lots of people do it above their knees. I like this version. I get a better activation in my glutes. So you want to have your feet shoulder width apart and your back nice and straight. You're going to bend your knees slightly, and you're bending your knees to activate your gluteus medius. So you're going to face forward with your body weight evenly distributed over both feet. You're then going to shift your weight over one leg and take a step sideways with the other leg. You're then going to move this leg out to stretch the band while slowly shifting your weight and switch legs, and you will get a good activation in that medius. Clamshells. Clamshells are weird, but they're good. So you're going to lie on your side with your knees at a 45-degree angle and your legs and hips stacked just like I am. You're going to contract your abdominal muscles to stabilize your core, so have that core nice and tight. You're going to keep your feet in contact with one another as you raise your upper knee as high as you can without moving the hips or pelvis. You're going to get a nice squeeze at the top. You're going to bring it back in and repeat. And of course, you need to do this on both sides. I know I'm saying that all these are my favourite, but they really are, and standing kickbacks is up there with all of these. So you're going to stand facing the wall or something that you can use to balance yourself on. You're going to place a band above the ankle. Now again, people do these above the knees. whatever's more comfortable for yourself. You're going to stand with a soft knee while you lift the other foot off the ground and kick it behind you. Keep the leg fairly straight and flex that foot. So you're driving the heel back behind you and squeeze your glute as you lift that leg up, nice and controlled. Lower the leg back down and repeat. And really focus on squeezing that glute. So of course the classic banded squats was going to be in here. So you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, point those toes out just a little, keep them knees nice and safe. Place a band above or below your knees, whichever is comfortable, or both like I have. You're going to keep that core tight and lower yourself into a nice squat position, keeping your chest out and your shoulders back. You're then going to pulse, pushing your knees out against that band. And you're going to get a really, really good burn. I just want to show you it from different angles so that you can see the correct form. But there we go. Burning glutes. So nice and awkward one to last. If you know me, you know that I like to do things nice and awkward. And for this video, I probably should have went for the least awkward way. But I didn't, so bear with me. You're going to place a band in a comfortable position. Behind your head, your shoulders, in your elbow crease, or hold it with your hands. I find this way most comfortable, but again, whichever way is more comfortable for you. The band above your knees is optional. You're going to have your feet shoulder width apart, but no more. Don't have them any wider than shoulder width. You could have them closer in if you wanted to. You're going to stand upright, embrace your core, pull your shoulders back, hinge those hips forward, allowing a slight bend in your knees, but keeping your back nice and flat. You're going to lean forward until you feel a slight stretch in your hamstrings. So take a breath in, hinge at those hips until you feel that initial stretch. From there, you're then going to breathe out, bring that band up and move up into an upright position. Focus on stretching that hamstring and using your glutes and your hamstrings to squeeze you back up. Sorry for the awkward, but once you get this exercise with the band, you get a really, really good contraction. And this is really good exercise for a warm-up for your glutes and also as a glute and hamstring exercise. You can also hold the band this way and try and get that squeeze if it's a bit more comfortable for you. Hold each part aside of the band in each hand. Have your hands against your hips. Get that stretch, but make sure that your glute and your legs is what's stretching that band up and your hands are just dead weight holding it. And now your arms are not bringing that band up. We do not want to feel this exercise in those arms.